11-0 at 8-3. The Seahawks versus Houston.
It's just about time to bring you another NFL matchup. Kickoff is just around the corner. Welcome to Houston. I'm Tom Hammond, and with me, Chris Collinsworth for the call. We have a great matchup for you in Week 13, featuring division leaders. Seattle squares off against Houston.
This is a very solid guy who can take over a game if the blockers do their job. He gives the offense a lot of dimensions.
Weather won't be a factor tonight. We're packed into the dome and set to go. I'd like to remind you that our game is being presented in part by Snickers. He'll down it in the end zone. The offense will take over at the 20-yard line. Roberts hands on. Andy makes it out to about the 21-yard line. Gordon is there on the tackle. Playback is still up right now. Hey, watch the screen! Watch the screen! He throws right. There for the catch. And that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
This is a guy who is so good against the blitz. People try to come after him, but he has an ability inside that pocket to make a defender miss, sidestep somebody, buy a little time, and get that big completion.
Almost picked.
Well, you can't just stare down one receiver on a play like that. The defense is going to be all over it. He was lucky he didn't get picked off there.
Can't have that, baby. Can't have that. They go with the toss. Zibikowski makes the tackle. A pickup of 5, and so it'll be third down. He throws short, and he has room to run. Breaks free. The stop was made by Turfon.
It really is so much the key to football. You talk all the time about you have to establish the run. Well, there you see what you establish the run, and then you come with the play-action pass. It's so hard to defend.
Gets the pass off. He's there for the catch. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle.
The Texans are getting on a bit of a roll here. Nice play calling and good execution. The defense looks a little confused right now.
Turfon gets the pick.
Touchdown Seattle. Not only was that a tremendous interception, but when he got the ball in his hand, he looked like he knew what to do with it. What a run.
It's good. Here's your split drive summary.
Seven nothing Seattle. Interception.
He'll down it in the end zone.
Coming off the interception in the last drive, no reason to really change anything. One big mistake doesn't change this ball game. Just get right back to your game plan.
Short throw to the right. Tackle was made by Hill. The defense was coming with the heat on that one.
But you never know it if you were watching the quarterback. He stood in there strong, completely relaxed, and made that defense pay that time.
Throws it short. Lewis has it. The stop was made by Steve Slayton. The rookie quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. First and 10. With the misdirection. He fights forward to about the 33. Mario Williams was there on the tackle. Second down and 8. Ball on the 33. Passes it out. He goes up high for the catch.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, this can be 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
Scrambles. He needs to get the pass off. They push him out of bounds, and now they have first and goal.
Boy, in that kind of situation, you just think that if they're going to pick up the first down on you, they're going to have to do it throwing the football. But that time, the quarterback got out in the open field and got it done.
End zone. Murphy catches the ball in the end zone, or at least it looked like he did. This will not be a touchdown. They'll line it up. 5 yards for the score. Passes to his left, and the pass is incomplete.
Time to take another look at that one. It looked like he had a receiver running free, but we never even saw him out there. Instead, he tried to feed it into a small little window in the coverage, and the defense was all over.
Shut up now. It's just not about.
Only 5 yards away from the goal line. Goes for the end zone. Drops the easy hit. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
And it's good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. He'll down it in the end zone. The Texans want to get better results from this series. Their last one ended with a turnover. Hands it off. He's still going. Gains his way to the 33-yard line before he's dropped by a host of tacklers. First and 10. Ball on their own 33. Short throw to the left. Young had the coverage on the play. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33. Here's the give. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
One of the tough things about trying to get a quarterback block is how athletic those guys are. If you're a fullback or an offensive lineman or somebody out in front trying to make that block, it's just tough to get a hand on those guys. They're quick.
He goes right.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to analyze that play because I have no idea what they were thinking about. You have to at least make an effort to pick up a first down.
He makes it to the 28. The Seahawks put up 3 points their last time out. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 28. He scrambles away. He's pushed out at the 32-yard line by Barwin. They got 4 yards there. That brings up 2nd down. The pass is away. Dante Robinson makes the tackle. He got that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did. And when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Here's the pass. Palmer is there on the tackle.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you have to understand your own protections because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver.
They'll work the right side. Brian Cushing makes the tackle. Fullback straight ahead. He gets out to about the 35-yard line before he's getting tackled. From the 35-yard line. Passing.
The Seahawks are having some success getting the ball down the field on this drive. This offense is clicking.
He'll get the call again. He lost yardage on the play.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now, when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
Now he's scrambling. Passes to the end zone. Palmer was defending on the play. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. Still moving. To the end zone. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick.
Well, they couldn't fool the defense on that one. They knew right where he was going as soon as the ball was snapped. The quarterback has to be able to look for that second option out there because he was there on that one. And you'll see on this play that the defense decides to blitz to create additional pressure, giving the wide receiver the chance to get open in the secondary.
Yeah, this one's going to be.
It's 4th down, and the field goal unit is out to try this 34-yarder. Here's the kick. Wait, they fake it. He leaps. It's caught. First down now. They'll be looking for 6 points here. Pitch to the back. Cushing hits him for a loss at the 5-yard line.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run.
Hey, we don't do what we do.
When you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call a pass play.
This is the 13th play of this drive. Give it back, Randy. Let's go. Passes, end zone. Knocked it away. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
Here's the throw, and it's complete. Owens on the receiving end, and it's his first catch of the game. Straight ahead with a fullback. 2nd and 9. Gets the ball away. Wilson is there on the tackle.
Well, so much for trying to just get enough room for the punter, huh? They're playing offense out there. That's a big one.
Oh, why are we doing this? Let's go. Rolls right.
Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
Passes it. Wilson bats it down. And now the offense will be faced with a third down situation. Throws the deep pass. Nearly picked off. He should have that one. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And those are the kind of big third down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
He makes it out to the 49-yard line. The offense will take over at the 49-yard line. 1st down now and 10 to go. Throws it. Pass is complete.
He's got a lot of confidence in his receivers, so even if they're well covered, he's going to try and get that ball in there.
Gets the pass away. Touchdown Seahawks. The Seahawks had good starting field position and took advantage quickly, using just 2 plays to go 50 yards. And the point after is good. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. Hit and blocked at the 23.
The Texans are looking to dig themselves out of this big hole that they've dug themselves into, and at the very least, you have to show the guys on the other bench you're not going to roll over.
Slayton, the ball carrier. Tackle was made by Watkins. Slayton gets 6 yards on the carry. So 2nd down now. The offense needs about 4 for the first. 60 minutes. Time for a short break as we send you to the studio for stats and highlights.
Welcome to the halftime show. Let's get you caught up on what's happening around the league.
Check out the scores from around the league. Here's a look at the first half stats. The first half was fairly balanced when it came to the number of plays run. Seattle is up by a score of 17-0. Here are the highlights from your game.
The second half is about to begin. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Houston. Drop at the 25. Dante Robinson might have been shaken up a bit on the play. They'll set up shop at the 25. Gets away. He's dragged down on the play. That sack marks 50 times in his career that he's gotten the quarterback for a loss. He scrambles around, going for it all. Tight coverage, and it's picked off. And a huge mid-air collision at the end of that one. Here's a counter play. Still working. The stop was made by Watkins. Slayton gets 6 yards on the play. Dumps it out right. Tackle was made by Lofa Tutupu. Young makes his 40th catch of the year. They line up at the 43. Short throw to the right. Gordon was there to bring him down.
Very clean game played so far. No penalties, and we're now in the second half.
Throws short. Makes the catch. Wilson makes the tackle.
The Texans are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
You know what happened last time?
Another run. Stiff arms, and he's brought down.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Roberts hands it off straight ahead. Fights forward to about the 10. Mack was there on the tackle. This is the 8th play of this drive. Toss. Won't be stopped. He gets out to about the 9-yard line before he's wrestled to the ground. This should be an easy field goal. The field goal attempt will be about a 26-yarder. It's good. Here's your sprint drive summary. He brings it back to the 23. The Seahawks come back out looking for better results than their last time on the field. The offense will start at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Feeds it to the back. They tackle him for a loss.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us. Throws it. And he caught it.
And the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. They got it down there, picked up a nice game.
Gets the pass out. Leaping catch.
The Seahawks passing game continues to impress. There's almost no resistance when they try and throw the ball. It seems like they're getting 10 to 15 yards every time.
He tries to scramble, and the defense has a heavy rush.
This quarterback's a good athlete, no question about it. When he drops back to throw, you had better account for his ability to run the football, or you're going to give up the first down like they just did.
He's scrambling. Ryan Cushing was there to bring him down.
Yeah, really not a bad play on that one, to throw a ball down in that situation, because now not only do you have to think about maybe pulling somebody out of coverage or maybe just slow down that pass rush a little bit, but it plants a seed in the defense's mind.
Now he's scrambling. Throws it short. There for the reception. It's going to be a 1st and goal for the Seahawks.
The Seahawks are continuing to find success throwing the ball. The pass protection is solid, and the defense with a very conservative approach playing off these receivers, allowing them to get open.
Passes to the end zone. Murphy was the intended receiver on the play. This is the 8th play of this drive. Still moving. They get to him. So, at the end of 3, the score is 17-3, Seahawks. The Seahawks have the ball in the red zone as we begin the final quarter. They're looking to extend their advantage. He tries to scramble. He needs to make a decision. He is hit hard on the play.
Big run on that one, but they were able to stop him before he got to the marker, and really that's the key. Occasionally, if you're going to try and make a play in a long yardage situation, a quarterback run from the defensive standpoint isn't always so bad.
He's scrambling. He'll try the end zone. Drops the short. Roberts brings the offense out, and they're going to have a long way to go on this series. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Tackle was made by Lofa Tutupu. it in. Drop behind the line. That'll be a 2-yard loss.
Well, that's just great anticipation by the defense there. They saw that play coming and were all over it.
Got to him just as he released it. Steve Slayton was his intended target. Emphasis on close less rules. Looks like they'll opt to go for it here. Huge pressure by the defense. I have a feeling this one's going to be on the defense.
You can see even his teammates are upset about that one. You can't make that kind of a mistake on fourth down.
If they do break free. Gets the pass away. Young was the intended receiver. The Seahawks will set up shop at the 6. Scrambles under heavy pressure.
When you get this close to the goal line, even those quarterbacks get a little braver than usual. Nice run that time.
Up and good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. He gets it to the 20. There's an injured Seahawks player who will need to go over to the sideline. The Texans will start this drive at the 20-yard line. Sibikowski is there on the tackle.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
Terrell left the action earlier, and his injury will sideline him for the rest of the game. Trufant knocks it down. Andre Johnson was the intended receiver on the play. He's running out of time. Sibikowski picks it off. Casey makes the tackle. The Seahawks are having good success taking it away. That's their third INT of the ballgame. First down now and 10 to go. Ball on the 33-yard line. Throws it out. Comes down with it.
And when you're trying to catch those high, hard ones, you just don't know what's going to happen to your body. I tell you, you haven't lived until you caught one of those and had one of those clowns flip you upside down.
Tries for the end zone. Jackson finds his receiver for the score once again, adding another touchdown pass to his total. Now stands at 20 for the season. Extra point is good. Let's take a look at the Sprint drive summary. And he gets brought down hard. They'll set up shop at the 22. It's 1st and 10. throw. Andre Johnson was his intended target. 2nd and 7 coming up. He throws right. Knocked loose. Owen Daniels was the intended receiver. 3rd and 10. Just gets that one away.
Good pressure that time, and they forced the bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
They get him to the 33-yard line. The Seahawks will begin this drive at the 33. Passes the ball. Caught and dropped. The defense just didn't match up well on that one.
Yeah, tough to match up one-on-one in man coverage against that wide receiver. He's pretty good.
Where's my food at?
First down now and 10 to go. There are 2 minutes to go in this football game. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Get another run that goes nowhere, and that's been the theme for him today.
Usually he's good.
They line up at the 49. He scrambles away. Got it off barely. Very surprising to see them go with a pass play in that situation.
Well, you want to stay aggressive, but that is the risk that you run when you throw the football there, because an incompletion means the clock stops, and that hurts.
Defense closing in. Gets the pass off. Almost picked. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Not a good bounce on this one. They had to cut it away on their previous drive. They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line. First down now and 10 to go. Passes it out. It's there for the catch. This one might be coming back. Let's check out the penalty.
Flipping against the Texans, they already won Owen Daniels. Except
the pass is away.
And that's an area where he excels. He works his way through his progressions quickly and doesn't hesitate when he sees a receiver break free in coverage.
Rolls right. 3rd down coming up after that incomplete pass. 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball on the 25-yard line. Here's the pass.
One of the dangers, you bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
Wilson is there on the tackle. Andre Johnson makes his 70th catch of the season. There for the catch. He's down the sideline. To the 10. Into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's the kind of pitch and catch you just love to see in the NFL. And the difference is these quarterbacks quarterback's abilities to zip it into little tight spaces, and these receivers don't miss.
Extra point is good. Here's your sprint drive summary. They were forced to punt on their last drive. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. They go with the kneel down. And he'll just leave it here. That's going to do it. We have highlights coming right up, so don't go anywhere. Our final in this one is Seattle 31, Houston 10. Not a tight contest, but entertaining nonetheless. For Chris Collinsworth, I'm Tom Hammond, saying so long and see you next time.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 10. This is the Extra Point. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm Frank Charles from NFL Network, and we're set to take you around the league with game recaps, previews, and This is the Extra Point. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm Frank Charles from NFL Network, and we're set to take you around the league with game recaps, previews, and much more. Let's swing it over to Alex Flanagan, who'll get us started.
Thanks, Fran. Up first, highlights and stats from the weekend's best games, brought to you by Sprint. Let's start in Cleveland, where the Steelers came to face off against their AFC North rivals. Cleveland gave a pretty good offensive showing. Cleveland was pretty awful on third down. Cleveland hung on for the 3-point victory. The Seattle Seahawks faced off against the Houston Texans. Houston's offense played sloppy at times, giving it up on 3 occasions. The Seahawks earned the victory 31-10.
Chad,
The Tennessee Titans went
the
up against
Houston
the Buffalo
Texans did not
Bills.
score until the third quarter.
Tennessee did not have much
First half is
success converting
17-0.
third downs. Buffalo earned a 6-point
And
win.
Cleveland, unless apparently don't suck. They've won 6 losses.
Here are the NFC West standings for Week 13. Seattle is leading the way.
Seattle's 12-0, Rams 7-5, 49ers 4-8, Cardinals are 1-11.
The playoff chase is in full swing, so we'll take a look at which teams are at the front of the pack, beginning with the AFC. Now for a look at the NFC divisional leaders after Week 13.
Seattle for West, Vikings for North, Philadelphia Eagles for East.
All right, so it's time now
Then
to
you got the
present our
Atlanta
top
Falcons.
2 players of the week. Congratulations to this week's selection for Offensive Player of the Week. Congratulations to this week's selection for Defensive Player of the Week.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now here's a look at the entire slate of games this weekend.
Rams at Seahawks.
Great games are on tap for this weekend. Alex will give you a preview of the best matchups.
New Orleans travels to New England to take on the Patriots. New Orleans is in the number 2 spot in the NFC South. Marcus Colston has been the heaviest contributor in the Saints passing game. New Orleans is ranked first in the NFL in interceptions. St. Louis goes to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been amazing, winning 12 in a row. Seattle has the best turnover differential in the league. Cincinnati travels to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Cleveland sits in second place in the AFC North.
That'll do it from the studio. I'm Fred Charles from NFL Network. Join us next time for the Extra Point.
This has been the Extra Point brought to you by Madden NFL 10.
Now, here's the standings. Seattle's on top. Now, of course, we know that. That's Vikings in second. Eagles third. Broncos fourth. Texans fifth. Colts sixth. Falcons seventh. Rams eighth. Saints ninth. Bears 10th. Raiders 11, Chargers 12, Panthers 13, Jets 14, Giants 15, Cowboys 16, Chiefs 17, 18, Browns 19, Patriots 20, Packers 5, 6, and 1. The favorite Packers time was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bengals 5-7, Bills 21, Dolphins 22, Bills 23, Pittsburgh 24, 49ers 22, Lions 26, Titans 27, Jaguars 28, Buccaneers 29, 3-1, Raiders 3-9, Redskins 3-9, Cardinals 1-11. That is basically everything.